Let's dive into our featured story of the day and discuss the Bitcoin price hitting $10 million per coin, according to this expert. So here's the timeline. I'm going to break it down for you. Pump the likes to pump the stream. This is history in the making. Our first time recrossing 50,000 per Bitcoin in the past 2 years, and this pump is just getting started. So let's go. In an in-depth analysis shared on X, Fred Krueger, a renowned crypto analyst from Elm Street and former founder and chairman of Traffic Marketplace, delivered a staggering forecast on the future price trajectory for the King Crypto. Krueger's bold prediction posits that Bitcoin price could eclipse the $10 million mark within the next 10 to 20 years. That's right. Krueger's projections are rooted in a detailed examination of adoption trends, technological advancements, and a comparison with the growth trajectories of major tech innovations and social media platforms. His analysis begins with a retrospective question posed by Tom Lee in 2019 about the actual number of crypto owners, which was estimated to hover around 500,000. This figure was partly derived from the following crypto Twitter, where having 100,000 followers might denote influencer status within the Bitcoin community. Krueger points out a stark contrast in the metrics of influence when compared to the mainstream social media giants. Quoting him here, "You really need 10 million followers to be a star on Instagram versus 100,000 to be a star on Bitcoin Twitter." So that means JV got a long ways to go, because I think I only have 37,000 followers on Twitter. So make sure to follow me on Twitter, fam, so I can become a superstar too, please. Anyways, Krueger's insights extend beyond mere follower counts, venturing into the realm of adoption percentages and the potential growth trajectory for Bitcoin. He shared, allowing for growth since 2019. I'll put that number at 2 million today, but as with all tech, once adoption really starts, it reaches much higher percentages. His reflections on competing with Facebook in 2006 with his company, Tag World, provides a historical lens through which to view Bitcoin's potential. Now 3 billion people use social media, he stated, drawing a parallel to suggest that a similar explosion in user base could be on the horizon for the King Crypto. Krueger boldly estimated, "I would guess in 20 years, 2 billion people will use Bitcoin," suggesting a 1,000x increase in adoption. So now let's discuss this path to 2 billion users. The cornerstone of Krueger's argument lies in the fixed supply of the Bitcoin, as it implicates for the price as adoption scales. If the price is 48,000 with 2 million users and the supply is fixed, imagine where we'll get with 2 billion users. He elaborates, providing a clear rationale for his prediction. In addressing potential skepticism in the competitive landscape of crypto, Krueger remains unwavering in his belief in Bitcoin's supremacy. That's right, we're talking about the apex predator. Quoting him here, so Bitcoin has an immediate goal of 1 million, which is parity to gold. And we get there this cycle. And then with adoption, we get to the crazy numbers. All you need to do is buy it and not sell it, Krueger asserts, emphasizing Bitcoin's unique value proposition and its fixed supply as key differentiators that will drive its unparalleled adoption and increase to the comparison of other digital assets. And furthermore, Krueger delves into the mechanisms that could accelerate the Bitcoin journey towards widespread adoption, pointing to the pivotal role of financial instruments like the spot ETFs in democratizing access to Bitcoin for millions of American investors, as he shares here. The ETF is going to be a big first phase in adoption. Getting a significant percentage of those who own a Bitcoin ETF in the next 5 years is not that difficult. Now, Krueger predicts, underscoring the ETF's potential to bridge the gap between traditional finance and Bitcoin for the mainstream investors. And though technological advancements, particularly in enhancing the Bitcoin scalability and usability through layer 2 solutions and trustless wrap BTC, are highlighted as critical enablers of a much bigger wave of adoption. Krueger argues for the necessity of consumer-grade apps that can facilitate Bitcoin's transition into the mass market use cases. Quoting him here, "We need consumer-grade apps to broaden Bitcoin to mass market use cases. This is what eventually makes Bitcoin win," he points out, signaling his confidence in the technological evolution that will underpin Bitcoin's ascent. Now, overall, Krueger's analysis offers a compelling narrative on Bitcoin's potential trajectory, blending historical parallels, economic principles, and technological advancements. His prediction of Bitcoin reaching 10 million per coin in the next 10 to 20 years is not merely an optimistic forecast, but a detailed vision grounded in a deep understanding of market dynamics. I also like to point out, we also have Fidelity, one of the largest asset mint giants in the world. They started accumulating Bitcoin back in 2014. They're currently worth $4.5 trillion with assets under management. And they're also, I think, number 2 behind IBIT, which is BlackRock's ETF, as far as accumulating Bitcoin. Collectively, just Fidelity and BlackRock have already accumulated over 140,000 Bitcoin their first month through their ETF products. And I bring this particular Fidelity thing up because their head of macro, Jurrien Timmer, which I have shared on the podcast numerous times over the past few months, has been predicting Bitcoin actually hitting $1 billion per coin. So if you think $10 million per Bitcoin is optimistic, check out Jurrien Timmer's $1 billion price prediction, which he says by the year 2038. What's going to be a big catalyst for that? US dollar hyperinflating. So you have to keep that in mind as well. Just like we're seeing with the Argentine peso hyperinflating, this can happen to the US dollar. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen. The bigger question, when? Are we going to see hyperinflation occur in real time? Will it be in 2024? Will it be 2025? Will it be closer to 2030? But here's one thing that's certain. Eventually, it's going to hyperinflate. We'll have a cashless society, and CBDCs will be amongst us. What are your thoughts, family? And what are your thoughts surrounding Bitcoin one day hitting 10 million per coin? And better yet, when do you feel the King Crypto will smash 100,000 and 1 million? Do you think 100,000 is likely in the cards for the King this year in 2024? Let me know your thoughts. And do you think we'll hit that cycle peak sometime this year in 2024? Or do you think the cycles will be intact the year preceding the halving? We hit that all-time high. Let me know your thoughts and where do you feel that price action will likely be